Hi, my name is Kerry Wekelo, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the quickest way to recover from negative feedback. And I'm going to share a story that happened to me while I received negative feedback recently. Now, I was doing a series of seminars for one of my clients, and it was my Make a Great Day by Reducing Stress seminar. And I received 3 pages of positive feedback. And there were some ways to improve the seminar, and most of those were around that it could be longer. We should really do more types of talks and seminars around reducing stress and focusing on our people. But then there was this one comment that said that I was unprofessional because I used the word awesome too many times. Now, I bet you can figure out what comment was staying with me and that I couldn't get out of my head. And it was that negative feedback that I was unprofessional for using awesome. Now those other pages, those 3 pages of positive feedback just went whoosh right over my head, and I was just so focused in on that negative feedback. And in today's video, I want to share with you how I was able to recover quickly from that negative feedback. The first thing that I wanted to share about handling negative feedback is that it is completely normal. Our brains are wired to actually think more and process more about anything negative that we hear than the positive. And I wanted to share a quote that I found that I thought was really helpful in understanding how our brains work. The brain handles positive and negative information in different hemispheres. Negative emotions generally involve more thinking, and the information is processed more than positive ones. Thus, we tend to ruminate more about unpleasant events than the happy ones. The second thing that I wanted to share was actually on accident. And what happened was that luckily I was going to have a session with my coach, and I was telling her about how I was focused on this negative comment versus all the positive ones. And she said that maybe I should take a look at Dr. Brené Brown's work on shame. And I found this great clip in which Dr. Brené Brown says that we all have shame and we all have a hard time sharing it. But the thing is that we're actually holding on to the power of that shame if we aren't sharing it with somebody. And the beautiful thing, after I got off the call and I looked up that information about Dr. Brené Brown on shame, I was able to release that negative comment and actually pivot and realize that, you know what, maybe I do use the word awesome too much. And then in the next seminar, I was very, very careful about my word choices. And instead of saying awesome, I would use phrases like, that's such a powerful example. We can all learn from what you just shared with us. And so I was actually very pleased with myself that I was able to really turn and pivot into way more positivity and really take that feedback to heart versus stewing on it over and over. And that simple act was just telling somebody else that I was feeling this shame on this negative emotion. A few other really powerful individuals that helped to explain it a little bit more about why we hold on to these negative emotions. And one is best-selling author and coach Cheryl Richardson. She calls them shame attacks, like shame, and that you hold on to that. And she said that as soon as you tell somebody, you take 50% of the power away. And that's exactly what I experienced without even really understanding fully why I was able to move on so quickly after I told my coach. Now, Reed Tracy, who's the president and CEO of Hay House, works with hundreds of authors, and he says that no exception, 100% of authors, they focus on that negative feedback. So like I said at the beginning, it's completely normal, and we all feel this way. It's just taking that time to actually stop and be okay, to be vulnerable enough to tell somebody how we're feeling when we are getting these negative feedbacks or we're feeling shameful about something. As I wrap up this video, I ask you, who are the people in your world that you can tell your moments when you get negative feedback, when you are feeling shame? And perhaps it should be a third party, so you know that it's very confidential that you're sharing this information. I love to work with coaches, mentors, advisors, just people that I know that I can share information with, and they're not going to be talking to it about to anybody else. Sometimes, when we're talking with friends or family, we might be a little bit more guarded. So I ask you, who is that one person? Who are those people that you can share your emotions with around shame and around receiving negative feedback? And thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I hope that these tips help you to make a great day.